Hey, want to skip those ads and get early access and bonus episodes of all Banana for Scale shows? Hop on over to truestory.fm/join and discover all the cool perks that come with being a member of the Banana for Scale family. Coming up on The Devil's Details, Demon Deep Dive. We're looking at the Japanese Oni. Good morning, Star, and welcome to another episode of The Devil's Details, a show where we dig up, decipher, dissect, and deconstruct the many forms of the devil. One of my names is Lester Ryan Clark.
And I sometimes go by Keenan Diaz.
And we're just two lost souls hitchhiking down the highway to hell. And folks, if you've been with us for a while now, you know that sometimes in the middle of our larger seasons, we'll have what's known as a Demon Deep Dive, where we examine a specific demon from various cultures around the world, sometimes tied to Abrahamic Judeo-Christian mythology, sometimes not. And so, yeah, folks, we're doing something a little different today. Usually when we go off book like this for like a one-off or a demon deep dive, we're still more or less inside the Judeo-Christian house. Krampus is a Christmas devil. Lilith is in the Talmud and the Zohar. The seven princes of hell are a sort of mythological reimagining of several names written in the Judeo-Christian and Abrahamic texts. Right. But today we are leaving this house entirely. We are going to Japan. This is Japan.
Oh, sugoi.
Desu ne. But no, today we are looking at the Japanese Oni. That's O-N-I. And I want to start with a slightly bigger category because we can't really talk about the Oni without talking about the yokai.
All right, I've never heard of the yokai before, so this will be fun.
So yokai, that's Y-O-K-A-I, but the O is kind of long, so it's yokai, right? Is one of those words that gets translated as monster or demon or spirit, right? And all of those are a little bit wrong. The two characters that make up the word carry senses like bewitching or calamitous, and then the second one is more like apparition or mystery, right? So you're closer if you think of it as like something like the weird, right? A category that covers creatures, yes, but also like strange phenomena, right? Like unexplained events, a sound in the house you can't account for. A yokai can be a thing or it can be a happening, kind of like how before fairy meant fairy, the fae or the fairy folk were like anything weird or spooky that wasn't a ghost or a god, you know? Right? So like goblins could be the fae and trolls could be fairies, you know?
Yeah, I'm glad that you said that the translations don't co-work. As I was doing research for this, I kept running across them and go, that doesn't square with my understanding of Japanese spiritualism or religion. And then I would look at another page like, yeah, it's not really that concept. Like that translation isn't really it. So a lot of what I was coming across had to sort of be like, well, it's the closest thing we have, essentially.
Yes.
To demon or et cetera, monster. Yeah.
We've talked about this in our Everything Everywhere podcast, talking about like, translating Chinese to English and vice versa, and how like, and on that show, I try to avoid doing the one-to-one. It's like, oh, it's kind of like bless you in English or something like that, right? But it's very, very hard to avoid. Surprising that we haven't had that conversation here on our Devil Show, maybe because, all the devils so far that we've looked at are Western, Judeo-Christian Abrahamic devils.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, this is a little bit different. Same with yokai, right? So think of yokai. There are some famous yokai. If you're into like anime, manga, or Japanese culture, you are probably familiar with some yokai already. You have the kappa, which is like a little river imp with with an indentation or a dish of water on its head, and it loses its power if the water spills. It's kind of do you know? Like, have you seen those? You know what they look like?
No. I'll have to look that up right now.
Google image kappa. They can be cute or scary, I guess, depending on, who's drawing them.
Oh, it's a little turtley looking thing.
Yeah, right?
He's a little friend, this one, right?
Yes.
So
he's like a turtle or a monkey or he's got a beak sometimes he doesn't, right? It's like a skinny turtle, like a lizard bird cosplaying as a turtle. With like a little bald patch on his head, right?
Yeah, it looks like a little tween who's like growing up and doesn't know like where to put his hands and
Sure.
Yeah. Like he's outgrown his.
Oh, you mean like awkward and yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I only mention kappa because one of the this is like the mythology stuff I love is they are considered like dangerous and mischievous. They will drown horses. They will sometimes drown humans. They're little river spirits. But sometimes they can be good. And their favorite food is cucumbers. And one way that you can kind of defeat the kappa is they also love challenging you to sumo wrestling. So they want to, they'll just jump out of the river. It's like, hey, sumo wrestle me, right? They're like MAGA Republicans. That debate me, you know. And so, but here's the trick, Keenan. All you got to do is you start the sumo match by bowing. They'll bow, and the water will fall out of that little cup in their head, and then they'll lose their powers, and you can easily defeat them.
Excellent.
Yeah. But yeah, okay, those are kappa. We're not talking about kappa, as interesting as they are. But yeah, so you got the kappa. You also got the tengu. Do a little Google image search of that, right?
I'll do my best.
These are mountain-dwelling beings that started out kind of like bird-like, and then they got more human, looking more like long-nosed over the centuries.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not sure if this one wants to be my friend as much as the kappa does.
He's a little bit more severe. He's played by George Takei in a movie I think we're going to watch for the show.
Excellent.
Yeah.
He looks a little snooty.
What? Are you talking about the nose?
Oh, I guess I am influenced by the nose. He's got a big old nose. So I guess, yes, he looks down at you.
If ever there were
an
adjective to describe someone with a very long nose, snooty.
Yeah, all the pictures I see are him looking literally over his nose at the viewer, yeah.
Yeah. He's that emoji when you yell something. It's like, but yeah, so we got the tengu, we got the kappa. We also have the kitsune and the tanuki, which are like shape-shifting foxes, and, well, the translation says like raccoon dog. That's not what that is. A tanuki is a tanuki. Like
right,
it's
tanuki
not.
Is a tanuki, right?
Yeah, there's not. It looks a little bit like a raccoon and a little bit like a dog, but it is a different species of thing. And tanuki doesn't translate to raccoon dog.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. It translates to skin that Mario wears.
Yes.
So when you want to fly, right, we in America would call that the raccoon suit, but that's a tanuki suit, right?
Yes, exactly. Yeah. But yeah, so the kitsune and tanuki, they're kind of like mischievous animals that transform into beautiful women or poor old people in trouble, and they're like, "Oh, help me!" And then they'll steal all your stuff or something like that.
Or turn out to be the person you're interviewing with at the job interview.
Yes, right.
That you didn't help them.
It's the OG undercover boss. It's like so what do you think about the Tanuki's company? And it's like, well, I don't know business, folks. The over under is a little bit questionable, and then bam, it's the Tanuki boss right there, and it's like, oh shit.
All right, well that's great. So I do know some.
I'm fired, but I'm literally like burning in fire because it's a Tanuki.
That's great, yeah. All right, so I do know some yokai. I just didn't know that they were part of this category of thing called yokai. I know the kitsune, and
the kitsune,
and the tanuki, yeah. Great.
Yeah, sometimes they have multiple tails and stuff like that. Yeah. Then you got the yuki onna, right? This is like it just translates to snow woman, right?
Aha.
Yes. And then you have the kuchisake onna. Right, lots of like this ona and that ona, right? Ona is just a woman, yeah. But the kuchisake ona, you've probably seen images of. She's the scary ghosty lady who has like her mouth like slit open, so it's like really really wide, right? Yeah. And then you have my favorite kind of like subcategory of yokai, the tsukumogami. And there's that word like kami-gami, right? Like, so it's in there, right?
Kami is being a god or a spirit. Or
like again, like not one to one, but like translated as like spirit or like the living inhabitant inside a tree or a house or something like that, right?
It's neither a spirit nor a god, and we'll translate it to both in English.
Exactly.
So great. Yeah, wonderful.
Right. Yeah. But yeah, so the tsukumogami, these are ordinary household objects that reach 100 years old and then they come to life.
Oh, okay.
So you'll have like you've probably seen like an umbrella with one eye and one leg just kind of like hopping around.
I don't think I have.
Okay, well,
I think I would have remembered.
I guess I've watched a little bit more anime, so or like a paper lantern that spits, that splits open into like a mouth, right?
All right.
Yeah, or a tea kettle that grows a tail,
Your
grandmother's sandals, they're just walking by themselves,
Great.
Yeah. So yes, so Oni are yokai, like all of these things, right?
Gotcha,
They're included in yokai, but Oni are also the oldest and the heaviest of these, and they did not start out as a creature at all, actually. So the word is written with a character borrowed from Chinese. A lot of, or like 1/3 of the Japanese alphabet is from the Chinese alphabet. And it's not a visual medium, but if you just Google image Oni Japanese character, you'll see, or Oni Japanese, character is going to show you a character. Oni Japanese writing or Oni Japanese script, right? Or kanji, right? Oni kanji, right?
When I did character, it gave me this character. That's good.
Oh, good. Okay,
yes.
Good. Yeah. But yeah, which in Chinese, this means the spirit of a dead person. So a ghost, basically, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
But they're not quite ghosts.
No, they're not ghosts at all. That's
Right.
the thing. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay, great, good.
That's where the confusion comes from. So the word, so their name comes from a thing that means what they are not looked at as today.
You're right. Okay, good. Okay,
Yeah.
great, good.
But yeah, so the native Japanese word oni appears to come from somewhere else. A 10th century Japanese dictionary, the Wamyo Ryu Jusho, glosses its deriving from on, a word meaning hidden or concealed, and gives the reason pretty plainly: they hide themselves. They do not wish to be seen. Right? So that is the original oni, right? Not the big guy with the horns and the club, right? It's an invisible, malevolent presence, the thing behind the plague or the crop failure or behind the death that nobody could explain. That's the oni, right? So for a very long stretch of Japanese history, oni was an umbrella term, and it covered a lot of ground. You had ghosts of the dead, hungry ghosts, the wardens of the Buddhist hells, right? We're going to talk about those. You got mountain-dwelling, man-eating monsters, plague spirits, bandits. Just straight up bandits could be called oni, right? Sometimes just outsiders, people from beyond the reach of the capital. If it was hostile, invisible, and or from somewhere else, it could be an oni.
Right.
Yeah. And then somewhere down the line of Japanese history, the word narrows. It stops being a category and it starts being a creature. And that creature has a very specific look, which we're going to get into.
Yeah, if I understand this correctly, it starts to get more of a fixed look to it, a fixed meaning to it, kind of at the same time as Japan is being exposed to more religions from the mainland, right? So like originally, I know you're saying it's like from a Chinese word, etc., but it sounds very Shinto, and then all of a sudden, not all of a sudden, over hundreds of years, as
like the Renaissance was all of a sudden,
right? Exactly. Over hundreds of years, as they start having more Buddhist beliefs and Taoist beliefs, then all of a sudden the oni are turning into things that have real corporeal form and that you could like recognize in a picture.
Yes. So it's as we go through this, we're going to see it's this perfect amalgamation, just like our Abrahamic devil, between Japanese Buddhism and older Buddhism, and then the original religion of Japan, Shinto. And it's just kind of like a combination of all of these that create the oni that we know today.
Right.
Yeah. Now, if you open up any English translation of a Japanese folktale, you will find the oni translated as demon, devil, ogre, troll, goblin, fiend, whatever, right? Momotaro, a famous Japanese folk hero, he sails to Oni Island, but it's always translated as Ogre Island or Demon Island, right? So the popular franchise Demon Slayer, the Oni in there are demons. So it shouldn't be Demon Slayer. It's Oni Slayer.
I think it is. It's Oni Slayer. And that's like the Oni Slayer, the Demon Slayer movie is now like the highest grossing Japanese film of all time. Yeah, so you might be exposed to them through there. I haven't seen it because then I'm like, I have to watch the anime first and catch up on decades of manga to even know what's going on.
It's a commitment.
Yeah, but some of my students have seen it without looking at any of that stuff, and they say it is as good as everyone says.
See, and people ask me why I don't get into Marvel. It's this exact reason. I was like, where do I begin? Where do I and things contradict each other,
Right. Yeah, so the movie is a direct sequel to the 4th season of the anime series. So I'm like, no. But it's grossed $800 million worldwide, which is huge for a Japanese film.
And yeah, folks, I want to spend some real time here because on a show about the devil, right? This is the whole thing, right? There is no Western equivalent to the oni, and it's really cool to look at how the oni is its own thing, right? But yeah, let's go through some of the differences. One, the oni never fell from heaven.
Aha.
Yeah, right. The entire architecture of the Western devil, right, is a fall, right? It's a rebellion, defeat, exile, right? That's Milton, right? Like we covered Paradise Lost, right? That was Dante's Satan, right? He's frozen at the bottom of hell, right? As far from God as it is possible to be, right? The oni has no fall narrative, right? There's no rebellion, no expulsion, no ruined former glory, no like fall from grace, right? Oni simply are.
Yeah, that makes a lot more sense if they're coming from like this Shinto tradition where there are spirits everywhere, and like to be anything that exists in nature is to have a spirit of some kind in it. Yeah. Yeah,
so they're a feature of the world, right? Not a mistake, right? Yeah. Number two, There is no Japanese Satan.
Mm-hmm. So hopefully they're taking applications.
Yes.
For that position.
Folks.
So
oh my gosh, there's an opening.
So if you're heading to your job interview for the position of Japanese Satan and a kindly old lady who looks kind of dirty asks for your help, you should try to help her because that might be the job interview person.
Right.
That might be the interviewer.
Might be the tanuki in disguise looking for the next Japanese Satan. Or the first Japanese Satan. We heard about this Satan guy in the West. We got to get him over here. I don't know. Mine sounded like she was from Brooklyn or something. But
she's trying to sound like Brooklyn to be cool.
All tanuki sound like they're from Brooklyn.
Right.
Yeah, get over here, you mook. Yeah. But yeah, so there's no Japanese Satan. There's none of that, right? There's and no like 7 princes of hell or whatever, you know. Yeah, we've done episodes in the past, right? You know, trying to work out whether Satan, Beelzebub, Asmodeus, Samael, right? Who's the actual king of demons in the West, right? In Japan, that question doesn't even there's no version of that question, right? Shutendoji is the closest thing to like a boss Oni, and he is functionally like a local warlord on a specific mountain outside of Kyoto. I
see. So yeah, I've seen him translated as a demon king, but that's probably again like us trying to make it palatable for us. Yeah.
Right. He was a human at first.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Great. Yeah. Then it's like I've heard people also equate Satan to like King Enma of Buddhist hell, but we'll talk about him as well.
All right, cool.
So yeah, so far, right, there's no fall from heaven, there's no Japanese Satan, right? Also, the Oni don't want your soul.
Oh, why not?
They don't want the boy's soul.
Who doesn't want the boy's soul?
So the Western devil, right? Like his core business is temptation, right? He's going to do the Faustian bargain, the contract, all that stuff, right? Right. Even Krampus, right? He's running like a moral accounting system, right? Like punishing the naughty on behalf of of Saint Nicholas, right? The Oni is not tempting you. It's not bargaining with you. It's not testing your virtue. It doesn't want to see you fail, right? Has no interest whatsoever in your eternal disposition, right? They only want to eat you. That's it.
Isn't that enough?
Yes. Maybe you go to heaven, maybe you go to hell. It just wants to eat your body, right? Okay.
Yeah, so they don't really have a... I guess we'll come back to this later, I guess. But we call it hell, we call it heaven, but that's not quite it. And they don't really have a thought of eternity or the afterlife, etc. No. Right? No. Yeah. So why would they want your soul? If they could steal your soul, they wouldn't be able to do anything with them in this system.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. So they're just, and in that sense, that's the trouble with this is like when you're trying to translate it is that there are some stories where the Oni are actually like behaving more demonic and they seem to have like these powers and they seem to be like truly evil, like demons are evil. And then there's some where they really are like Tolkien's trolls, like in The Hobbit, they're just like all, like huddled in a camp, huddled around like a campfire and, they like a traveler from one city to another city is going to encounter like a gang of Oni, right? Or like the ogres in Gummy Bears or the trolls in David the Gnome. And they're just these kind of like goofy, bumbling, but like also like man-eating like monsters,
Right. Yeah, they're mostly complaining, they're bitching about the last time they didn't get to eat a kid or something. And they don't really have any plans for going forward. I like that.
Like the last village we raided, it's like there weren't enough goats, or whatever. Yeah. And there wasn't any boy soul. I just...
By the time I got there...
all the boy soul was gone. No. But yeah. Another thing, Oni are not reliably evil. They can be protective as well. Onigawara, right? This is a specific thing. It's demon face roof tiles. They sit on temple and house roofs specifically to ward off evil, which is to say a demon face is being used as a shield. Kind of reminds me of like the gargoyles we put on churches and stuff like that,
Yeah, even holy places, they're using the power of, demon imagery.
Demons, right. Reminds me of Pazuzu, again, like with the amulet, protecting you from Lamashtu and all that.
Right.
Yeah, so this is a thing all over the world, I guess. But and then also we got Setsubun, which we're going to talk about a little bit later. Most of Japan shouts Oni wa soto, meaning like demons get out, demons out, right? But there are temples and shrines and even specific family names where the chant is the opposite. It's demons in, because there the Oni are the protector. Right.
Okay.
We're gonna come back to this.
So you can, I don't know, kind of like a bandit or a feudal lord somewhere. You can make deals with them, even if you, maybe you don't think that they're good people, but you might make some earthly sort of deals with them and for protection and trade and that kind of thing.
Sure. It's like this mountain pass is under the control of, this bad warlord.
Right.
But he, if I visit him before I go through the pass, he's going to protect me from any bandits that, try to waylay me or something like that.
Or if I've got a Buddhist temple and, there's some real bad guy out there, but I could put his little logo on my Buddhist temple, and the bandits that that are afraid of him won't come and get me either.
Yeah, right.
I like these Onigawara, these tiles. They're really cool looking.
Onigawara, yeah.
Yeah, they're kind of flat usually, but the faces are pretty interesting and I'd say pretty scary.
No, I like them. Yeah. Check them out, folks. Onigawara, which is Onigawara. Yeah. Another thing, and this is also different from angels and devils and stuff like that in the Western world. Humans can become Oni. Right. So, and not like they're possessed like in The Exorcist or anything like that. They literally become Oni. Right. That's what I thought when I was little is, I would die and I would go up to heaven. I would become an angel and I'd get wings and a harp and stuff like that. Or I would go down to hell and I would, get like a little red leotard and a pitchfork and stuff like that. Right. But then you go a little bit deeper into Abrahamic religion and you realize, angels and demons are like completely separate from human beings. They can't, you can't become one. Right. But that's not true for Oni. You like a human can become an Oni. Right. Usually through rage or jealousy, through grief, even. Right. A living and they can even become Oni while they are still alive, right?
Oh, okay.
Yes. So it's not like they died of rage, or they died of a broken heart, or they died, as like a criminal. They did this horrible thing and they became an Oni. After they died, you can be so bad or have such strong emotions that you can become an Oni while you're still alive.
Okay.
Yeah.
I saw that, like you said earlier, like a hungry ghost or a hungry Oni. And that's kind of a class of them, and sometimes like literally like hungry for food or something, but also like the kind of grief or rage that you have can turn you into that, where you're like seeking something but nothing ever like satisfies you.
Right. So, seeking compassion, seeking companionship. Right.
Yeah. Or even the person you're grieving over, but you can't actually be cured. You can't actually get that person and fulfill that hole in your heart.
Right. Or strong feelings of revenge or stuff like that. Right. Yeah. In fact, I believe Shuten Doji became an Oni while he was still alive.
Oh.
And they literally had to kill him.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah,
and
so
he's that demon lord who controlled part of the Kyoto area.
Yeah.
All right.
And yeah, speaking of that, right? Oni are corporeal. You can kill them with a sword, right? Like in lots and lots of legends and tales, they get decapitated. They get their arms cut off, right? That's like a famous one. Is like the arm can be like kept in a box, and the Oni has those like, where's my arm? Give me my arm back, stuff like that, right? Yeah. So like with the Western demon, it gets exorcised. It's like the power of Christ compels you, right? All that, right? But like you can like send you can be a hero with a sword in in a Japanese folktale, in a fairy tale, and you can like slice the Oni up, right?
Good.
Yeah. So they good to know, right? Taking notes. Yeah.
So it's not like it's also not even like you have to have the arcane knowledge to beat them or anything. You just have to be good enough with the sword.
Yeah, it's not like a sword blessed with holy water either. Right. It's just a sword.
Well, excellent. That's really good news.
Yeah, right? So what we're trying to say, folks, is Oni are meat. Like they're incarnate. The way that means to come into meat, right? That's the incarnation, right? And then also, okay, so the line between an Oni and a god is sometimes a little vague, sometimes a little porous, right? The folklorist Komatsu Kazuhiko has a thing about the relationship between kami and yokai, right? So we talked about kami, we talked about yokai. So kami can turn into yokai if they are no longer worshipped.
Okay, so kami are spirits or gods or something, and
so if a certain, like let's say, tree spirit or mountain spirit stops being worshipped in that town, they can become a yokai.
Okay.
Right. And I mean, we've seen that in other cultures as well. I'm pretty sure, even though I don't like talking about Neil Gaiman, he makes a reference to a thing called a kobold in one of his books.
Okay.
Which is like this little, I only know the D&D equivalent, but it's like this, this little goblin dog creature thing, right?
Okay. But
apparently they started out as gods. And then they became the little like troll goblin-y things, right? So I think that tracks like all across the globe is that you'd have things like leprechauns and fairies and boggarts and things like that. That if you go far back, they were once things that were like set up on an altar, and you would offer them stuff and you would worship them and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that makes some sense from my understanding of Shinto, which, again, I'm not a practitioner, so I'm just sort of on the outside and like hearing what Japanese people today have said about their religious practices. Like most people in Japan would not answer yes if you ask them, like, are you religious? They would say no, but they do rituals. They do a lot of them, not everybody. They still do rituals even if they don't consider themselves religious, but they'll do Shinto things. So like they'll ring the bell, or they'll do little ceremonies at the well or that kind of thing for the kami there, and they don't necessarily see that as them even worshiping the kami, the spirits in their little village or their town or what have you, but they're still doing the motions that they've been doing for hundreds of years there.
Yeah.
So I guess what he's kind of saying is like, yeah, so you could have a kami, a spirit from this area where people aren't doing the rituals, and that could become, a quote unquote unworshipped spirit.
Yeah. And it, like the statues and the stories are still there, and the venerance or the kind of like the holy respect of it goes away, and you're left with, make sure you don't tell any lies, or long-tongued Jack will come and lick the soles of your feet. I don't know.
Your boy Souls?
Yeah. But no, like we see that all over the place. It's like like before it was an offering. You would make an offering of like cattle or milk, or the season's first crop to this god or pseudo god, and then they leave the old country, they come to the U.S. for example, and now it's like, oh, just leave a little saucer of milk outside your door or something for the pixies or something like that. So they've gone from and if you don't, you're going to lose your keys or something like that, right? So it's like they've gone from, it's like I have to, like, I'm doing this for worship, to I'm sure like with the Irish immigrants, it was like, it's like, well, we just got to be careful of those pixies,
Yeah, and in modern Shinto practices, they don't necessarily even like articulate this is for, because the Shinto spirits, the Shinto kami, they're not all like onis where you can picture what they look like, and they like have faces and stuff. So people will feed the koi at the koi pond in a specific way that is a Shinto ritual, but for a lot of Japanese people, it's just the culture. So you're not even thinking about like, I'm doing this for spirits. I'm just doing what you do at these places.
Yeah, and it becomes like a part of like the cultural identity.
Right.
Yeah. In a way, I think that you said like even here, Keenan, even non-Christians are kind of like have kind of been like swallowed up into the like Christian culture without even knowing it, right?
Sure. Yeah, we say God bless you.
Right. Yeah. Goodbye is God be with you and all that stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Right. So we don't even know we're doing it, and we're just doing it.
Right.
Yeah. OMB. Oh my Bacchus. No, it's OMG. Yeah. But yeah, like what you were saying about like, like feeding the koi, the carp, in like a certain river, right? And then I guess the question for, from an outsider is like, oh, is this to appease, like, is the kami a river spirit? No, the kami is the river. Like that's the thing that I think a lot of people can't, like, a lot of Westerners can't wrap their head around. It's like, no. The kami is not the spirit within the tree. It's not the spirit within the house or the river. It is the house. It is the river, right? Yeah. That was what was it? In Spirited Away, Haku, the little dragon boy. He was the river. He wasn't like the spirit in the river, right?
Yeah, but he forgot he was.
Yes, right.
Spoilers, I guess, but
he
had to remember that he was who he was. Yeah.
But also like in that movie, the river, they translated it as the river spirit, right? Goes and it's like really sludgy and gross, and it's like all muddy and everything like that. And it goes to get washed up, and Chihiro and the others are like pulling out like river garbage, right? Like there's like a bike that comes out of there, like all of that stuff, and it's because it is a polluted river that is getting like cleaned up,
right?
Right. So it's not a river spirit; it's the river. But yeah, so kami and yokai, right? They can have a form, or they can be incorporeal. But like we said, oni are specifically corporeal, and now we're going to talk about what they look like, what the popular oni look like today. Right? So if you Google imaged an oni today, you would see this huge humanoid figure, right? It's lots of muscles, right? Often to the point of like caricature, right? Like ridiculous muscles, right? Wild, unruly hair. Usually got like one horn or two horns, right? Sometimes three, growing from their forehead. Got a big, wide mouth full of fangs or tusks. Sometimes three eyes, like an extra third eye in the middle of its forehead. Frequently, they have 3 fingers and 3 toes, tipped with claws. And the skin is a very vivid, unnatural, flat color, usually red, blue, green, yellow, white, or black. And I'm talking like think cartoon colors.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Right? Like we like, racist people call people it's like oh the red or yellow or black or whatever, right? But I'm like actual color of tomatoes and
like billiard balls.
And billiard balls.
Yeah,
there we go. But yeah, usually the Oni have a weapon. It's called the kanabo, right? And this is an iron club. Sometimes has like little iron spikes or bumps on it, right?
This looks crazy. So I guess kind of like a mace, but it's got little studs all the way down, basically.
Yeah, it's like a long, it's an elongated mace, kind of. And yeah, there's actually a Japanese idiom, oni ni kanabo, and oni with an iron club, right? Which means giving strength to the already strong, right? Like making the invincible more invincible, right? So like overkill, like adding fuel to the fire or whatever, right?
A friend of mine asked me because he was playing pickup basketball over in New York, and he's older than me, maybe late 40s, and like one of the younger guys there, like in his early 20s, like my friend like really kicked his ass, in pickup basketball, and he said, "Oh, dude, you OP," and he was like, "Excuse me." And you know what this means from video gaming. And the guy was trying to say, like, "Oh wow, you're too good for this court. Like you're like wow, you're like way better than any of us. Like you're so overpowered, like OP." And he was like, "I had to ask this guy if he was insulting me." He insisted he wasn't.
It's sometimes said like an insult, like you shouldn't be playing this. Yeah, like you're ruining it for everybody else.
Yeah, but the guy he asked him like directly, like, are you mad? Like what are you saying to me? And he was like, no, you're really good at basketball. Like you like I would think that you might be professional or something. He's like, oh, that's very nice. But then
what are you doing coming down here to the city streets, Mr. Jordan?
Right. But then he asked me like, so have you heard this? Was this? I was like, yeah, that's a nice thing to say. I think.
Yeah,
I think he was being nice to you. Yeah.
I think contextually, we're gonna get to one of my favorite games, Dead by Daylight, which has an Oni in it.
Oh, okay.
And I occasionally get accused of playing an OP killer.
Oh no.
And it's like it's not your skill, bro. It's just the killer is OP. Your character is OP. Oh, excuse the fuck out of me for using a good character.
Right,
damn.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. And they say whatever killer you choose. So
right.
Yeah. Or Street Fighter character or whatever. It's like, oh, Chun-Li is OP.
I was gonna say
Blanca's OP.
Like who is OP in Street Fighter? Yeah, Chun-Li for sure.
Yeah.
She's the best.
Oh yes, absolutely best. Blanca kind of looks like an Oni.
Oh yeah, I wonder. Yeah. He might be some Brazilian demon that we need to look up.
I think it's a little bit more racist than that.
Oh. Oh, I think Japanese people.
I think he's just a Brazilian.
I see. I get it now. I totally understand this now.
Who was raised in the jungle, like right, because or maybe not. Oh no,
that all just clicked now. Yes.
Yeah. So anyway, but he kind of has like an Oni look.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, but he doesn't have a kanabo.
He doesn't need one.
Yeah, because that would be OP if you gave him a kanabo.
Right.
Right. There we go. We brought it back. Right. But also he doesn't have the very specific outfit that Oni have, right? Which is a loincloth or some kind of like shred of clothing made of tiger skin specifically. Yeah. Right.
I have seen some modern ones who are like wearing like regular male underwear from today, but it's tiger print.
Yes, that's kind of like how it goes into the pop culture. We're going to talk about an anime like Baby Lester's first anime, and that's how I was introduced to it.
Excellent.
But yeah, it's like so tiger skin. Now you might be asking why specifically tiger skin. You might be asking that.
Oh yeah, why specifically tiger skin?
Thank you. Okay, so the explanation that I'm getting is that Japan imported a system of Chinese yin-yang cosmology and directional divination that in Japan becomes onmyodo, right? Formalized at the Heian court under its own government bureau. In that system, the northeast is the unlucky direction.
Right.
Right. So the northeast is bad, right? The direction that misfortune enters from, right? It is called the Kimon, and those two characters mean the demon gate.
Right. Ki
right?
is like Oni, Oni is ki, and then Mon is gate. Like if
Gate.
you know classic movies, Rashomon is
Yeah.
Mon is the gate. Yeah.
Exactly, right?
Yeah, so that yin yang cosmology that you're talking about, that is from Taoism. So if you were to look, you can find like Taoist charts over the yin. So in America, we just have the yin yang part. That's sort of where we leave it at that, right?
Right.
But there is a chart amongst that. So if you've ever seen like a Korean or Taoist yin yang, and it has like an octagon or sometimes even many-sided gate around that, that is what we're talking about. And that's how they've divided up the yin yang symbol that we're used to as the circle.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. So we're talking about that direction, the northeast. That's the Kimon, right? So then you take the Chinese zodiac, which became the Japanese zodiac, and you lay the 12 animals around the compass. The northeast falls between two of them, the ox and the tiger. So together, that direction is called Ushitora. Right, the ox tiger, right? So the Oni who comes in through the demon gate wears the ox's horns and the tiger's hide or skin, right? So the creature is it's a combination. So it has aspects of both of those, right? That is a much cleaner explanation of why the Oni looks like that when you like compared to like how did our devil get the horns and the hooves and all that stuff, right? Like we've had to go through like all those episodes and like talking about Pan, talking about like all of that stuff.
Yeah, I like it. That was really helpful for me because these are a bunch of things that I've known separately, and now to see them all together was super cool.
Yeah. So now you know, folks, right? Like tiger skin loincloth, or in modern stuff like tiger skin pants or underwear, and ox horns specifically. But yeah, one interesting note. So traditional houses back in the day, they would avoid putting doors, kitchens, or toilets in the northeast corner. And some have the corner notched or cut away entirely to kind of like spoil the approach of the evil coming in from that direction.
That's super cool. If you're in an apartment, yeah, give that corner to the neighbor. He could have that that corner of the house. That's interesting.
Yeah. I don't know how much that's that has survived today. But,
right.
Yeah. Now something about the colors. Remember, I said that Oni are typically seen, red, blue, yellow, green, white, or black, right? Those are the traditional colors, right? Actually, red and blue, those are the oldest ones, right? These are the common ones. The Aka Oni and the Ao Oni. Aka means red and Ao means blue. These are the defaults, right? They are the pair that turns up in Setsubun, right? That's the holiday we're going to talk about. Also in like children's books, in temple art, you're going to see the red and the blue Oni. And one thing worth noting, the Japanese color word Ao historically covers both blue and green. So the split between the split between a blue Oni and a green Oni is partially an artifact of like modern color vocabulary.
Okay.
Right. For example, a lot of Japanese names, like surnames and stuff like that, will have like a translation like Aoyama, right? Like Blue Mountain, right? And they don't mean like Blue Mountain. They mean like a mountain covered in trees. Right. Yeah. So
that's really interesting. This is a whole rabbit hole that you all can go down. But like historical linguists or linguists who study the historical development of languages, they've kind of developed a generality of like if a language only has a certain number of words for colors, they'll pretty much be the same. And that basically, like, if you only have two colors, it's dark and light or black and white. And then the next color that they've added has been red. And then the next color they've added has been, like, green. And, like, adding it on and on and on.
Oh.
So, like, yeah. So, they found it generally as a pattern that tends to happen. So, like, things like purple, orange, pink get added last.
Interesting.
Which is
like
why
globally.
Just, not every single language, but generally globally. Yeah. Which is why, like, in Japan, the word for orange is orange.
Yes.
Yeah,
right.
it's just orange, because they didn't really add that until after they started meeting Westerners who had that word, right? So, or like, with the Odyssey, people are rediscovering the Odyssey because the movie, like, the Odyssey is just, Homer describes the ocean as being wine-colored.
Yes.
Yeah, because he doesn't quite have the language then about bluishness, like blue-greenish, yeah.
Right, and we, like, today, we're like wine-colored, like, what the heck is he talking about? Yeah.
Yeah. So one of the, like, in the development of languages, they'll often describe it as a GRU stage, which is green and blue, under a single term, that there is a phrase of or like a term like for the developmental period of that language where they're in the green and blue are the same stage.
Yeah.
Like it's so common, not just in Japanese, that that they have a word for it.
Yeah, and even today, like anybody who goes to Japan, they'll the traffic lights are referred to as you have a red light, a yellow light, and a blue light.
No.
Yes.
Crazy. Yeah, and then like we have a word for pink, which is just light red in other languages. And in Russian, they have a word for light blue that is just they treat it like its own color, like we treat pink as its own color.
Yeah.
So light blue to them is I don't know how to read Russian at all, but yeah, like it is its own color there. They would not call that light blue. They'd call it whatever this word is.
Yeah. I can't imagine like people looking at English. It's like you have a word for like mixing black and white, like no, that sounds dumb.
No, but you're right. That's true. Gray is one of the last colors that's added usually.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Like just call it light black.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Call it black white or white black. Yeah.
And they're certainly confused when we have two ways of spelling the same color, gray and
gray and gray. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah.
All right, but very cool. So they were originally blue and green, blue and red Oni.
Yes. So the blue and the red, they're the oldest version of Oni. But later, we got the other ones. We got green, like specifically green, like forest green, and yellow, white, and black. Yeah. And so let's talk about them first. The red and the blue, right? Pretty straightforward. It comes from the Hell Scrolls.
That is badass. Whatever it is.
That is. Like, why isn't there a movie just called The Hell's Momotaro and the Hell Scrolls? Right? Yeah, why isn't that a manga, right? But no, literally Jigoku Zoshi, right? So yeah, they're from the late Heian period, and they're paintings that show the tormentors of the damned as brightly colored, muscular, near-naked figures, right? So that's where we get the red and the blue, right? But yeah, later on, people have assigned meaning to each of these new colors, right? You're going to find everywhere online, right? Like this tidy little chart mapping the 6 colors of Oni onto the Buddhist hindrances, right? So you have red is supposed to represent greed. Interesting. Blue for anger. Green for sloth. Yellow for restlessness or regret. White for drowsiness. And black for doubt. Very, very interesting. Like from a Westerner's perspective, like looking at each is like, oh, I would switch this one around. I would say this one is this and this one is this, right? But like we can't get away from it, right? But that is what each of those. So red for greed, blue for anger, green for sloth, yellow for restlessness or regret, white for drowsiness, black for doubt. Right?
But it's not like are those like I didn't see this anywhere. Are those like our 7 deadly sins? Are those like common enough sins that they've named them after that you know?
I'm not sure.
I haven't seen that. I haven't seen like 6 Japanese sins or something like that.
Right. But again, different sources assign different vices to different colors, right? And that inconsistency is itself just like in the same way that we can't decide who the 7 princes of hell are, right? We got Lucifer and Satan as 2 of the princes, and it's like what the hell are we doing? What the hell are we doing? Right? And why is Leviathan envy? I had to really think back.
Right, it should be wrath or something, shouldn't it?
Right, or gluttony because it swallows ships whole.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah.
Right.
Oh, we probably already said those exact words in our.
No, we did. I think we did. I specifically remember Leviathan being like, "Hey, you have a boat. Fuck you. Right. I want a boat.
What do you need a boat for?
I'm envious." Yeah. So yeah, I guess all across the world, it just like. People just assigning things to things, and it changes over time,
Right.
Speaking of which, we got to talk about a certain mask, because the face that most Westerners picture when they hear Oni is not actually an Oni. Yeah. So, Keenan, I want you now to Google image the word Hanya, Hannya.
Yes, this is what I think of when I think of an Oni, yeah.
Yes.
Big old horns, devil horns, yeah. Kind of fangish canines, big eyes, big expressive eyebrows, and a lot of them look like the Oni itself or this mask itself is kind of in pain or in anguish.
Yes. Really freaking scary, actually.
Yes.
Like if you look at like actual images of like if you look at the Setsubun Oni masks, that they wear or the little cartoon images of Oni, and then you look at this thing, you're like, oh, that must be like the scary Oni, but. Yeah, it's not.
It's not.
This is a specific creature known as a Hanya, and it is from the mask itself is from No theater, and it depicts a woman who has been transformed into a demon by jealousy and rage.
Well, this one looks the most like the Western devil.
Yes.
Yeah, so it might be like, okay, well, if I'm hearing that there are these things in Japan called Oni and they are devils, then that must be this, because this looks like a devil to me.
And if we're saying that humans can become Oni, and this is a mask of a woman who has become a demon, then this must be an Oni, right?
Right. Okay, cool.
But yeah, the Hanya is specifically, it's a mask from no theater. Hanya specifically is made up of two characters that mean wisdom and virtue. Which you're looking at this thing is like, wait, how does that like equate to like this monster, right? There's three traditional explanations. One, it's named for a mask carver, a monk artisan called Hanyabo, right? Credited with perfecting the design. So the wisdom and virtue is accredited to this monk who made the mask.
Okay.
So it's like, so instead of saying it's a Hanya mask, it's like Hanya's mask,
Okay.
right? But yeah, so it could be that. It could be that it's named after the guy who made the mask, this monk, right? And that's why wisdom and virtue, right?
Right.
Another reason, possibly, carving it required the spiritual power of wisdom and virtue. 3, in the plays where the demon appears, it's the chanting of wisdom and virtue that subdues the Hanya, right? So the mask is named for the thing that defeats it, possibly, right?
Okay.
Yeah, so all three of these explanations have been given. Nobody actually knows.
Okay.
Right? But yeah, let's talk about the mask itself. I think you already gave it a pretty good description, right? So it has 2 sharp horns, bulging metallic eyes. The paint is like, kind of like shiny, right? It's a mouth that's split wide open with fangs. It's got this very leering grin, right? But take a look at the brow above the eyes. It's furrowed with grief. You talked about that. You said that it looked like it was in pain.
Yeah, a grin I can kind of get, but a lot of these also look less like a grin and more like a grimace.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the thing is a no mask is carved so that it reads differently by different angles. So tilted down, the Hanya reads as sorrowful, almost weeping. Tilted up toward the light, it reads as pure fury. The actor changes the emotion with his or her neck. And the skill of the actor is to show that deep down a human being is still struggling with these strong emotions.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, I think I already mentioned one of my favorite games currently, Dead by Daylight. Keenan, I want you to Google image Dead by Daylight, the Oni.
Okay.
And tell me if that looks like a Hanya mask.
Yeah, this looks like yes, absolutely. This looks more like a devil, like Western devil. It's like a Western devil that is a little Japanese-y. Yes. Yeah, I would say so. Yeah.
So it's kind of mixing it. It's kind of like we can see like kind of the old Oni art and then a little bit more of the Hanya imagery here.
Right.
Yeah. So and just kind of like adds to the confusion, right?
So this is the character that's OP, and you cheat by picking it.
Well,
how dare you choose?
According to the people I kill, every character that I pick is OP. So, I don't care because they're dead.
Yeah. I had seen, because when I've been looking at images this week to get ready for this of either Oni or the Hanya, you see a lot of images that do come up being like Yakuza style tattoos. Have you seen that?
Yes.
Yeah. So I was looking into that a little bit and like, well, do people get tattoos of these Oni or these Hanya? In the West, yes. So you might have seen people, in America who get these really sick looking tattoos. The Oni in there are usually the red style or orange style, and yeah, it looks like this badass sort of demon on them. In Japan, tattoos it's changing, right? Like young people don't have the same kind of taboos against tattoos in Japan, but it still is. Where we were like, even in the early 2000s, where some jobs wouldn't be comfortable hiring you if you had visible tattoos.
Right.
Yeah, so even some gyms won't let you have visible tattoos in Japan. You can't work out if your tattoos are showing there.
Wow.
So, but it's changing with some young people. But tattoos are still considered like you're branding yourself as being part of the underworld if you're not like in the Yakuza, which is kind of a blanket term for, the underworld gangs, etc. Or you're like in that world, like you're comfortable, like, hey, it's like a symbol of like, hey, I'm kind of badass. Like maybe I'm not in a gang or a Yakuza, like an organized crime, but I'm someone who doesn't mind like doing business with them, like being their banker or something like that. So
as our friends across the pond would say, you're a baddin.
A baddin. I like that. Yeah, so
a bad egg, right?
Oh, you're a bad egg. Yeah, so people do get tattoos of these things. Again, look really badass. I'm not a tattoo person, but yeah, it does seem to be even more common in the West, even of like looking and being like, hey, that looks really super sick. Let me get my whole back with one of these Hanya or these Onis.
Right. And I think that's where the confusion is. Like you get people. It's like, oh, what tattoo is that? Oh, that's an Oni, and it's actually a Hanya.
Right.
But okay. So where did the Oni come from? Right? Because it wasn't from Japan, but it was kind of like finalized. The stew that is the Oni was kind of mixed and finalized in Japan, but the ingredients come from all over the place, right? So we got to go back. Let's hop into Mrs. Frizzle's magic school bus, right?
Did you sign your permission slips, everybody? Well, we're going. We don't need permission slips.
When has Mrs. Frizzle ever used a permission slip? But yeah, much like our Western devil, the Oni is a composite. It's a mishmash of previous things, right? It is at least 3 traditions stacked on top of each other, and we're gonna pull them apart right now, right? So the first layer, right? We got that. Remember, I was talking about that invisible, malevolent force, right? That what causes the plague, what causes the sickness, of your neighbor, right? The unexplained death, right? Bad luck, all that stuff, right? This is the pre-Buddhist substrata, right? This is when the Oni were invisible. They were just this malevolent evil force, right? They didn't have a body, right?
Right.
The written record starts very, very early. There's a well-known entry in the Izumo no Kuni Fudoki, right? Which is like a provincial, a dictionary, like a geographical like index, right? Compiled in the 730s, describing a one-eyed Oni that comes down and devours a man working in a field, right? It's very, very short. It's very, very matter of fact. And it is routinely cited as the first clear instance in Japanese literature of an Oni eating a person. And also, yeah, like the first where we have like the Oni having a physical form.
Okay.
All right. Then we get to layer 2. Right. This is from China. So remember, we talked about the character, the Chinese character of Oni itself, right? And this brings the Chinese meaning of ghost or spirit of the dead along with it, right? And that grafts an ancestral dead dimension onto the native invisible menace area or idea. And the two never fully separate, right? So this is part of why the Oni sit kind of awkwardly in Western categories, right? The same word meaning monster and also ghost of a dead person all at once, right? And yeah, we already mentioned, right, the onmyodo, right? Like that's the kind of like the graph around or the chart around the yin and the yang, right? And then the direction, with the demon gate being in the northeast and everything like that.
Yeah,
right?
so that's coming over from Taoism from China.
Yes. And then we got Buddhism, right? And this is where the Oni gets its body, right? So Japanese Buddhism imports an entire developed hell known as jigoku. And hell comes fully staffed. Right, you got Enma, the king of hell, right, who judges the dead. You got his wardens, including the ox-headed Gozu and the horse-headed Mezu. And if you guys are Dragon Ball Z fans, you might remember when when Goku falls off of Snake Way and he lands in the land of no return. You're going to meet 2 very Oni-looking people. You might want to Google image Dragon Ball Z, Gauze and Mez.
Okay. I don't know who Google's going to think I am after this. Kaz and Mez. Oh, those are definitely Oni.
Yeah.
But they are, one is red and with glasses and one is blue, and they're wearing kind of like muscly T-shirts. But they look...
They're like gym coaches or something like that.
Yeah. But they look nice. They don't look like bad guys. I don't know these people.
Yeah, right. But
and they have horns, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah, but yeah, so that
but they look kind of like Tweedledee and Tweedledum, like they get in the way, but they're not going to really be able to do anything with their big muscles or something.
Yeah, and that's kind of like the evolution of the Oni is they become kind of like the trolls in Tolkien or something like that. They're just they're another like bumbling thing you got to get past.
Okay,
Yeah, but the names Gauze and Mez inspired from Gozu and Mezu, right?
Okay.
In this jigoku place, right? You also got the Rakshasa and the Yaksha. These are Indian demons that arrive under Japanese names and get folded straight into the Oni category. And then you get the Gaki, the hungry ghosts, written with the same character. All right. And
yeah, well, we'll have to go into like this version of hell from Buddhism eventually. But again, it is not a perfect translation. So it is an afterlife place. It is a place of punishment, but sometimes it's translated as purgatory.
Yes. Specifically, in my research, I saw that it's not eternal.
Right.
Right. You so you can. It's like you're doing time there rather than it's like you're condemned there forever.
Right, and I've also seen that basically because...
And there are different levels and stuff like that.
Yeah, and you get there when you're reincarnated, so you're reincarnated into it, and so you are not quite... yourself. Like when we go to hell in our Western ideas, like we are ourself with our memories, and like hopefully we know why we're there. You know, like that's the point of hell in Christianity. Or
it's
like
the Dante thing. It's like, this is my contrapart, this is my ironic punishment.
Right. And so like, but if you're being reincarnated, if I'm understanding it correctly, if you're being incarnated into Jigoku, you don't know why. This is just the beginning of your life, and you start there in hell. And and it's not forever. You'll die in this hell and be reborn into a better place, hopefully.
Yeah, and it sounds, from what I'm looking at, it sounds more like a like you're going to learn something. You're going to be kind of like purified there.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah,
but then you'll be reincarnated and you won't remember your time in there, because that's not how it works. Yeah, it'll be a different life. Yeah,
and then because you're human, you'll make the same mistakes again. And,
and then you'll go through this period for hundreds of thousands of times, and this will happen to you again. And most people don't learn and get off of the wheel of samsara, etc. So we'll have to like look into this. Yeah.
Yes.
But it is often depicted as a place with fire and demony things that live there.
Yes, yes. And this is where we get actual like physical pictures, right? So the late Heian era of Japan, that's Heian. I was realizing I wasn't spelling it yet.
Right.
They have the hell scrolls, right? And they depict these wardens of hell, right? These enormous, muscular, brightly colored, nearly naked figures with horns and fangs, right? And they are going about the business of torment, right? This is our visual template, and this is where the Oni's kind of like physique came from. Yeah.
Right. And so again, like this is from Buddhism. Not everyone in Japan is a Buddhist.
Right.
So yeah, it's getting turned into like the physical form of an Oni, and then a lot of people in Japan like wouldn't know that it comes from a religion that they're not believers in.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. And then we got a fourth layer of this, which isn't even which has nothing to do with religion. So a number of scholars, Komatsu among them, point out that Oni also functioned as a political label.
Oh.
Yeah, it got applied to people, right? And not like people who became Oni. It's just like people who were still people, right? So like mountain dwellers, bandits, rebels, non-subjugated groups outside the reach of the imperial court, occasionally foreigners. We call them gaijin now.
It's you and me.
Yep.
That's us, baby.
And we talked before about Shuten Doji, and some are saying that it was a mythologized bandit gang, right? Some connect the red skin and wild hair to encounters with foreigners. But by the Kamakura and Muromachi periods in Japanese history, these picture scrolls and the No theater plays have standardized the look of an Oni. And by the Edo period, printing takes over, and Toriyama Sekien's illustrated yokai catalogs of the 1770s fix the whole taxonomy into something almost like a field guide.
Okay.
Right. Yeah.
I'm just looking them up right now. Oh, there they are. Yeah. And some of these have colors on some of these prints and everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's pretty recognizably an Oni.
Yes. Right. Okay. So we know what they look like. We know where they came from, right? Or we have an idea where they might have come from, right? What about like all of these stories, all of these myths and legends about the Oni, right? So I've actually compiled 5 stories. I want to give a summary of each of these. These are pretty famous. These are my favorites. The first 4 are older. They're the famous ones, and the 5th one is more recently published, and it kind of like flies in the face of the first 4. Right. It's kind of like a modern retelling.
All right.
But yeah, first one we talked about this guy already, Shuten Doji, right? So he is the great Oni. He holds Mount Oe, northwest of the capital, and he has been abducting noble women out of Kyoto and eating them. The emperor sends Minamoto no Raiko and his 4 retainers. They don't fight their way in. They disguise themselves as mountain ascetics, as mountain monks. They accept his hospitality, and they bring a gift of sake that's been treated so it's poison to demons and harmless to men. They drink with him. They wait for him to pass out, and then they cut off his head.
No spells or anything?
Nope.
No secret talismans? No guessing the Oni's magic
name
word,
or
right?
answering his riddle? No.
No.
Got his fucking
get him
head
drunk and cut his head off.
At which point, the severed head flies up off the floor and bites down on Raiko's helmet. But he survives because he's wearing helmets loaned to him by the gods.
Okay.
So there's a couple of little magical tools and stuff like that, right? There's also a sequel. Right? One of Shuten Doji's lieutenants, Ibaraki Doji, gets his arm cut off by the retainer Watanabe no Tsuna at the Rashomon gate. Tsuna keeps the arm in a sealed box. Some nights later, an elderly woman arrives claiming to be his aunt and asks very sweetly to see this famous demon arm. And once the box is open, this old lady takes it back and leaves through the roof. So this old lady wasn't an old lady, I'm trying to say.
She's like, suckers.
Yeah.
I got the arm back. Okay, great.
Keenan, do you have a clear image of what all of your aunts look like?
Yes, I would say so.
So if somebody you never saw, if an old lady that you've never met comes and is like, I'm one of your aunts. Aunts? I don't know.
Yeah, in the Hawaiian system, everyone is your auntie who's older than you, basically.
Oh,
so
yeah.
at that level, no, I've got dozens of aunties that I pretend to recognize. They pretend to recognize me, when we're at weddings or reunions or something. Mom is like, and you remember your auntie Meredith? And like, oh, yes. And she says, oh, you were so small. And I'm sure she doesn't remember me at all, So, yeah. But I don't know if I would give one of those people a demon arm.
Yeah, like very like
if that's all they come in the house and like, I want to see the demon arm. I'm your auntie. I'd be like, hey.
I know we haven't talked for how old are you? I'm 23. 23 years.
Yes, we'll catch up after I see the demon arm.
Yes. Yeah. Never mind the fact that I have one arm. Like, I don't know. Yeah, but no, actually, there might be. There might be something to that because in the Japanese language, you also kind of like refer to like older middle-aged women as auntie.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if that's where Hawaiian culture gets it from. Yeah, like if the clerk at the store is helping you and she's older than you, you often refer to her as auntie. Right. My cousins who live down there, they all have a story of the first time they were called auntie by a stranger.
And it's just like, oh god,
great, I've entered my auntie area. Yeah.
Oh no. Yeah. But yeah, so that's the tale of Shuten Doji, right? And the sequel, right? Shuten Dojis. No. But then we got another very, very popular tale, Momotaro. Have you heard of Momotaro?
This one I know from Hawaii, yes.
Okay.
I don't remember the ogres in it, though, so I guess maybe I blocked out the scary parts of it from my childhood.
Yeah. So Momotaro, translated as Peach Boy, right? Momo is peach. And that was actually before they started calling pink pinku in Japan. It was momoiro. It was a peach color.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, Momotaro. So the story starts out with this old couple who don't have any children.
Right.
Right. And then they find a giant peach in the river. Right. And there happens to be a child inside. Right. And this little boy grows up, is told about Oni raiding from Onigashima, right, which is Oni Island, sometimes translated to Demon Island or Ogre Island, right? And so he sets out with a bag of dumplings, and on his journey he recruits a dog, a monkey, and a pheasant by sharing these dumplings with them, right?
And that's where the story ends for me in my memories, I guess. It's just him with some dumplings walking down the street making friends with animals.
So wait, so it's like, goodbye, mom and dad. I'm going off to Oni Island.
What's that? What's Oni Island? I can't hear you anymore,
I don't know.
Mom and Dad. I'm going my way.
It's probably like Coney Island.
I seriously only remember Momotaro being a happy little boy who is like this miracle baby for the old couple. In some versions, he grows up really fast, right? Like magically fast. And, yeah, I literally don't remember anything about bad things happening at all.
I wonder. Well, I mean, that might not be a fault of your memory. That might be like in the latest, most recent retellings of it. Maybe they just completely take out the Oni.
Maybe.
Right?
That's so funny.
But yeah, so he apparently, he's like, I'm going to go solve this Oni problem. I'm going to go to Oni Island. I'm going to take it over. I'm going to kill the Oni. He does, right? All right? And he comes home with the treasure. It's actually the most famous folktale in Japan.
Right.
And actually, Momotaro was heavily used as state propaganda during the Second World War, with Momotaro as Japan and the Oni as, well, can you guess who, folks?
I guess the Americans.
Right? Yeah, the Allied powers, right? Including in a feature-length 1945 animated film.
Oh, it came out just in time.
Yeah.
A few months later, that wasn't going to be a useful film anymore. So.
No. Right.
Good for them.
But yeah, so I kind of want to check this animated film out, actually.
So I pulled up the movie. This is and I'm just skimming through. So this is completely without context whatsoever. I didn't know this movie existed until Lester brought it up. But
oh boy!
But at the end, Momotaro has some of the Allied soldiers at gunpoint, and two of them are Bluto and Popeye. And they are so afraid of Momotaro that Popeye his hand is shaking as he's trying to lift up his can of spinach to his mouth. And he can't do it. And he drops his can of spinach.
Wow.
And so Momotaro captures them and presumably sends them to their death somewhere.
Yeah. I thought you were going to say like shoots them execution style. Like
I think that part's implied.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Interesting. Well, I was like Bluto kind of like if ever there was a human that resembles an Oni. That would be Bluto. Popeye, I don't know.
I guess so, but in this version, yeah, Bluto and Popeye are friends in the Allied.
Because they're American, yeah.
Soldiers.
Interesting. Okay, all right.
Jeepers.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah, they're kind of making fun of the Allies for having tattoos, it looks like. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Right, because Popeye's got those tattoos, yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. Popeye as an Oni, folks. Right? But yeah, so that's Momotaro. Then you got Kintaro, right? Notice these are all Taro. Taro doesn't directly translate to boy, but it's kind of like a common boy name.
Right.
Yeah. So you have Kin, and Kin is gold, right? So Kintaro. So he's raised in the mountains. He has superhuman strength as a toddler, right? Thinking like Paul Bunyan type thing, right?
Right.
He wrestles bears, and usually he's drawn with like this red like bib covering his front, right? And he on the little kind of like loin or kind of like tunic thing is the kanji for gold, right? And Kintaro grows up to become Sakata no Kintoki, right? One of Raiko's 4 retainers.
Oh, okay.
So he also like goes to kill the Oni. And then we got Isun Boshi, translated as 1-inch boy, right? He never grows. He goes to the capital in a rice bowl with a chopstick for an oar. And, yeah. It's like Stuart Little, type thing. Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Or, oh, God, what's it? Tom Thumb?
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah. Right? A chopstick for an oar and a sewing needle for a sword. Right? And he takes service with a noble family. And then an Oni attacks the daughter and swallows Isun Boshi whole. And he stabs his way out from inside with the needle. And the Oni flees and drops a magic mallet, which the girl uses to grant a wish. And Isun Boshi becomes full-sized.
Aww.
I like this. Yeah.
I mean, that does make me think of the meme of what people were hoping would happen at Avengers Endgame.
Oh.
Because Ant-Man had not joined the fight yet in the Avengers movies, and they were hoping that Ant-Man would shrink down and climb up Thanos' butt and then become normal sized while inside of him. And that's how they hoped that they were going to kill Thanos.
You say this like this is a serious theory, like on the level of like who killed Batman's parents, that Marvel fans are like sure is going to be revealed in Avengers Endgame.
I do say that as if it is a serious theory.
Not like a bunch of dude bros like, what would be funny is like you're saying it like people walked out of the theater disappointed, like it didn't happen. Like wow.
No, I'm sure most people were saying it as a joke, but it did become a thing, yes.
Wow, okay. I was gonna say, because like I remember like when Endgame came out and like all my friends who followed Marvel were like really sad, and I was like what happened? And they're like, I can't tell you, like you got to go watch it yourself. And I'm like, well, I'm never gonna do that because I would have to start all the way back to the beginning. Like I'm not gonna do that.
Don't even start with it. Yeah.
Like no, this is the end. This is the end game. I'm not gonna watch. Like I have to. I gotta watch all the Thor movies first, and then I gotta watch Iron Man. Like no. Just tell me what happened. And it's like he didn't crawl up his butt.
Or did he?
Question mark. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you can find real articles like I see here, like real interviews with Paul Rudd explaining why Ant-Man couldn't go up Thanos' butt.
This isn't convincing me to get into Marvel, folks. All right, we got one more tale.
All right, one more tale.
And this one was actually written in 1933.
Okay.
And it was taught in Japanese schools, and it's kind of like if you think of it as I said we weren't going to do like one-to-one comparisons, but like you remember the Stinky Cheese Man and Other Tales.
I was going to say, but I thought you might think that was insensitive.
Well, no, or like
the Stinky Cheese Man, yeah.
Yeah, or like the True Story of the Big Bad Wolf or something like those illustrated books,
Absolutely.
Right? This reminds me of that, right? Because it's written much later, after like the character of the Oni are like established, right?
It's like you all know the story of the Oni, and now we're going to see how it really was, like from a modern perspective, right?
Right. Yeah. So and it's read in like modern schools, right? So yeah. Okay. So So here's kind of so here's the story, right? A red oni wants to be friends with the humans in the village, right? But they are terrified of him. So his friend, the blue oni, proposes a plan. The blue oni will rampage through the village, and the red oni will drive him off and be a hero, right? And they do this plan and it works, right? The villagers love the red oni, and when the red oni finally goes to thank his friend, he finds the house empty and a note on the door. The blue oni has left forever, because as long as he's around, the humans will suspect the red oni of keeping bad company. So it's like you have, the village loves you now and you can be friends with them, but that means you can't be friends with me. They can't see us together anymore, right? Yeah. So, and it ends with the red oni reading the note and weeping.
Oh,
right. Yeah. But I get I like this kind of like modern take on, these heretofore monsters, right? It reminds me a little bit of Shrek,
Uh-huh.
Yeah, right. Which was also a book before it was a Mike Myers and Eddie Murphy vehicle. Yeah. I'm not knocking it. I like it.
No, that sounds really lovely.
Yeah. I'm a blue oni. They have layers. Yeah, so I like that. I like that now we're getting kind of like newer tales, about the oni.
Right.
And actually, I think for a bonus, I do want to watch this Netflix. They call it a TV series, but it's like only a few episodes long. It's like one half of a season. It's like a couple episodes, like hour-long little specials, and it's just called Oni, A Thunder God's Tale. And it kind of has like a similar vibe, and you get to meet all the yokai, and you get to meet an Oni. Right?
Okay.
And the dubbed version has George Takei in it.
Hey, that's our guy.
Yeah. Right. But okay, let's talk about Setsubun, the holiday, right? So every year in early February, the entire country throws beans at the Oni, right? So Setsubun means seasonal division. Originally, it referred to the eve of any of the 4 seasonal turns. Right? Now it means one specific one, the eve of Rishun, the start of spring in the old lunisolar, that's hard to say, lunisolar calendar. In practice, that's the 2nd, 3rd, or 4th of February. Usually the 3rd, but it drifts with the calendar, right? And functionally, this is a New Year's Eve, right? The old year's accumulated evil gets driven out before the new season starts, which means Setsubun is doing kind of the same structural job as Krampusnacht, right? We talked about that, right? It's kind of like a licensed, scheduled night where the demon is present on purpose before kind of like the changing over of the season.
Aha. Yeah. That's one of the things I learned in Hawaii studying Japanese culture is the Japanese got so many holidays, they don't know what to do about them because they still celebrate New Year's, American New Year's, and they've got Lunar New Year, Chinese New Year, Japanese New Year, and then they've got this Spring New Year,
Yes.
They just they love that. Yeah.
I'm for that. Let's have more holidays, please.
More New Year's.
More paid days off from work.
They got girls' days, boys' days, mom's days, dad's days, grandma's days. Everyone got a day.
Yep. Yeah, come on, United States. Let's get this going. We don't even get Halloween off. What the hell? Jeez. Yeah. But yeah, so in Setsubun is a ritual called mamemaki, right? And this is bean throwing. So specifically roasted soybeans thrown at a person, usually the father, sometimes the teacher, who is wearing an oni mask, right? And this is done while everyone chants, Oni wa soto, fuku wa uchi, which means demons out or oni out, luck in or good fortune in, right?
Uchi is in? Uchi is, okay.
Yeah.
Not like indoors?
Yeah, because uchi can also mean like home.
Like how? Yeah. Okay,
yeah,
great.
Yeah, so it's like into the home, like indoors.
Okay, great. Okay, good. I had a flash that maybe my teachers lied to me when I was in elementary school. But yeah, okay. Yeah.
Well, what did they say?
In the house, yeah. It's like
okay.
Oni out. Good luck in the house. Yeah.
Ah, okay, gotcha. Yeah. Specifically talking about like your home. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So one detail, I did say the beans have to be roasted.
That's a good thing to point out before people start doing this. Yeah.
Throwing hard, painful little
or even
pebbles
just
at each
wet
other.
ones out of like an edamame bean. Yeah.
Is that ew or ow?
Right.
No, roasted soybeans, right? Because there's a cultural reason. A raw soybean could sprout, and a demon bean sprouting where you threw it is bad luck.
Aha.
Yes. So they're parched first, and then afterward you eat the number of beans matching your age, right? Or your age plus 1, right? Depending on where you are. So it's like one for good luck.
Right. For the next year, I've heard sometimes. Yeah. And I love these roasted soybeans that when I was a kid, I was like, I only saw them around New Year time, and I like, but you could just have those. And yeah, you can, and they are delicious. They are tasty like popcorn. You could eat them all day.
Yeah. Now this comes from, originally this is Chinese, imported from this Nuo exorcism, which arrives in Japan as suina, also called oni yarai, right? So oni yarai, and it is performed at the Heian court on the last night of the year, attested from the early 700s, associated with driving out epidemic disease. In the court version, an officiant wearing a four-eyed mask would drive out the demons with a bow and reed-tipped arrows. Right?
We did not do that one in school.
No. I think it has since evolved, right? And actually, over the centuries, the roles have inverted. The masked official, who's generally like the exorcist, gradually became the demon getting chased, right? So the guy doing the driving out became the thing being driven out.
Yeah, and that kind of points out how like Oni are, they are demons or devils or something like that, but often they're seen as more fun in Japanese culture often. Like, there are these stories where they are the bad guys and they're going to eat you, but like, people can dress up like this or have little masks like this in these rituals or like parties and things. And it's not like, oh, wow, what bad luck you're bringing in by making fun of this demon or something like that.
Right.
The way you might in America. In America, people might go, that's bad juju of you, or like, that's bad, like, that's not very respectful of you. But yeah, in Japan, it's often like a mascot sometimes.
Yeah, kind of, like a mascot, like even like you were saying, like a geographical mascot. Like, they have statues like in a certain prefecture of like this big red Oni or this big blue Oni or something like that.
And if you were to go up and like deface it, they wouldn't be like, yeah, take that demon. They would be like, hey, that's our guy. Like, this is our little dude. Yeah. And have like, so we were talking before about like Lucifer, Satan, and the devil, right? And how the devil kind of appears on like food products and stuff like that, right? Like deviled ham and stuff like that, right? And he's like, of the three, he's the most mascot-ish, right?
The devil, right?
Yeah, like John Lovett's the devil, right?
Yes, yeah. So I think you can see it in that way. But also like on the other end of the spectrum, people dressing up as Oni for fun, specifically on like the holiday of Setsubun or for religious ceremonies, but. Now, Halloween is becoming more of a thing in Japan, but you wouldn't dress up as an Oni on Halloween.
Oh, right,
Because that's like, not that it would be offensive, but it would be just like, what are you doing? Like, why? Like, you're supposed to dress up as like a devil, not an Oni. What are you doing?
Right.
Yeah, so it like, think of it that way. Like if you show up to a Halloween party as an Oni, you're like, what? Like, no, Setsubun was like that, that's not until, that's like months away. What are you doing, Yeah, that's like going to a Halloween party as Santa. Right?
Yes. I don't think people would even be like, that's fun in an ironic way. People would really just be weirded out by that. Yeah.
Yeah, they're like,
yeah, okay. I guess you're like being anti-Halloween or good for you, right? No one would find that very funny.
Yeah. And it's like that exact, or even better, like going to a Halloween party as Krampus. And then people are like, oh, that's a really good devil costume. And then you have to be like, no, it's a Krampus costume. And they're like, what? Why? Like, that doesn't, don't.
Right.
Yeah. No, I'm not a witch. I'm La Befana, the Italian Christmas witch. What? No. Yeah, don't do that. That's a real thing. Christmas witch.
Right.
But yeah, so you've participated in Setsubun
in school, yeah.
Okay,
I haven't done it in my actual house because mostly I just want to eat the beans.
Yeah. I did it when I was in Japan, right? So I was the Oni, and the kids would throw the beans at me.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah. And we actually also did it recently at my school because I was teaching them about Japan and its culture, and it happened to be Setsubun. And I was like, hey, let's do this thing. Yeah,
that's fun.
And we had I don't think this is what you do in Japan, but like we made a kind of a day of it where we made our own Oni masks.
Ah, that's cool.
Yeah, I don't think you make Oni masks the same way that you do like the Krampus masks, but
none of my teachers ever had the mask part of it.
Yeah,
maybe because that was like not cool in American school to have this mask on.
But yeah, Oni are still like alive and well in popular culture, even in like everyday phrases and language, right? Japanese children play the game of tag, and over there it's called onigoko, right? Onigoko, right? So like the game of the Oni. So the person who is it is the Oni, right? And every kid in Japan is an Oni several times a week at recess.
Oh, can you imagine that? Like in the South somewhere, and like you teach the kids to play it, but you're the devil,
right?
And now you're the devil. Ah.
I think that's how the Salem witch trials got started. Goody Putnam is a witch. It's like everyone's a witch. But yeah, and also in like casual speech, right? Oni is worked in like as an intensifier, right? Something like insanely or brutally, right? The way you say something, in Boston, speaking of the witch trials, right? Somebody's wicked smart, right?
Okay.
Yeah, it's like wicked good, right? Yeah. So or in LA, something is hella tasty, right? Whatever, right? So you would add Oni in there.
Right.
Right.
Or Huckleberry Finn is powerful sad. Yeah.
Powerful sad, right? Yeah, I'm Oni sad, right? Yeah. And then of course anime and manga, right? Obvious one right now, like Demon Slayer, of course, right? Going back even further, and this is Lester's like baby's first Oni.
Okay.
Is a little anime called Urusei Yatsura. And that gave us the character Lum, and she's an alien Oni girl with horns who wears a. Well, you know what? Let's just have you do. We're already messing up your Google history.
Thinks I watched Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go to Urusei Yatsura Lum.
Okay. There she is. Oh. Okay. So. She's got her tiger stripe. She sure does.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think I was like a sophomore in high school. My my friend was getting me into anime, and he's like, "Hey,"
he's like, "Oh, I know which one's going to get Lester in there." Yeah.
Yeah. and yeah, I was like, "Oh, Oni! I have to look up what Oni are." And then I saw that they were monsters. I was like, "Oh."
Yeah, so I guess so she's a sexy lady, but she's an alien. I guess is how they're getting away with this. So in her culture, it's probably not a two-piece bathing suit. It's like what they wear on her planet or something.
Yeah. I mean, like how we do with it's like, oh god, it's been years since I've watched this. This is probably very, very problematic actually thinking about it. But it, it's the same thing with whenever the Star Trek folks go to a planet, and it's always it's like alien girls in bikinis and stuff like that, right?
Right.
And this is my traditional alien wear.
Yeah, these are my priestly robes.
Yes, I'm a priest at the alien temple.
Oh, and she has horns too. Okay, great.
Yes. Yeah. And her whole family, like if you look at her dad, like that's what an Oni looks like.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. But no, that show was
But they
crazy.
don't show any of his skin. He's in a full body tiger costume.
He's got a full 80s like jumpsuit type thing going on.
All right.
Yeah. But no, there was an episode where they went back in time, and they met. It was a lot of like cultural stuff. It was actually like right up my nerd alley. Talking about like the Oni and the mythological creatures and stuff like that. But yeah, they go back in time. They meet Momotaro and Kintaro, and all these people, and they encounter like actual like mythical Oni, and Lum and her her friends are like, no, we're science fiction, you guys are fantasy, right? So I thought, I was like, oh, that's funny. Right? Yeah. They meet Dracula at one point.
Oh, you must have been on cloud nine, yeah.
And I didn't know who this was at the time. They meet Belial.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because the hero, like this just normal anime high school kid, right? His jogging route is the sigil for Belial, and he runs it 13 times and actually summons him. I was like, who's this guy? But then now I do a podcast about the devil. So
that's wonderful. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So there's that Urusei Yatsura. And then we got.
It's probably not very long. Go ahead and watch it, everybody.
Yeah, go get
it. It's probably not many episodes.
Oh, I forgot to. Yeah. It was made by Rumiko Takahashi, who is very, very popular. She, oh gosh, I guess the later things that she does. Inuyasha, Ranma, all of that stuff. But Urusei Yatsura was like, I think her first or one of her first things. It was the thing that launched her popularity. Yeah. So yeah, Urusei Yatsura. You also got Hozuki no Raitetsu, which is like a workplace comedy set in Enma's hell.
Okay.
And it's staffed by Oni bureaucrats. I gotta see this.
Excellent, yes.
And Oni turn up like throughout Inuyasha, like I said, Blue Exorcist, Dorohedoro, and Nurarihyon no Mago. Yeah. We got video games, Onimusha, right? Puts it right in the title. The Shin Megami Tensei and the Persona games treat Oni as like a standing demon class that you can recruit. Okami, Nioh, and Sekiro all draw on the iconography of the Oni. Genshin Impact has a playable Oni who fights with a kanabo.
All right.
Ghost of Tsushima sold a lot of people on the mask aesthetic. And Pokemon built a creature and a whole regional storyline around the Momotaro framework.
Oh, okay.
Complete with the animal companions.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, right. And I also already mentioned Dead by Daylight, which has a playable killer that you can be, simply called the Oni.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's not an actual Oni. He's a samurai wearing an Oni mask.
Not the same.
Slightly disappointed. Yeah.
I did see a lot of Pokemon art, fan art in the style of Toriyama Sekien's Oni scroll paintings, print paintings. Yeah, so.
Oh, well, there we go. Yeah.
They fit right at home. Yeah.
Yeah. And then, of course, I think we talked about this in our Exorcist show, the film Oni Baba.
Yep.
Yeah. This is a 1964 film, also in the name, right? This is where like the Hanya confusion comes from, because we got a woman and she puts on that demon mask, right? And what happens when the mask won't come off is, the rest of the movie, right?
That makes a lot of sense. And we talked about how those images, whether like, and how much the creators of The Exorcist were influenced by them. They certainly were, but I think it's sort of a question of like, how much did they know like the cultural significance of what they were seeing necessarily? Yeah.
Right. I think Captain Howdy, that white spooky face, comes from Billy Friedkin's not knowing anything about Oni or anything about Hanya, and he sees the film Oni Baba, and he's like, "That's a scary fucking mask.
Yep.
Let's do something like that."
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so we got Captain Howdy out of it. Yeah, right. And yeah, speaking of that mask, right? This is where things get a little tangled, right? The Hanya mask, which as we established, is specifically a female mask in no theater, or a mask in no theater for a female character, all about like jealousy and grief, has become kind of like a global design object, right? Like you were talking about, Keenan, like tattoos, streetwear, album art, gym logos, right? And it's almost universally labeled as an Oni mask, right? So the design kind of like traveled and the meaning stayed home.
Yeah, I thought they were the same until you asked me to do this episode and then saw that they were different. So yeah, I would have been guilty of that, but we can go for sure.
Yeah, but I mean, as we have talked about in our other devil episodes, I think this is something that's out of our hands, right? Like Frankenstein is the monster now, right? Like we can't do anything about it, right? And just the evolution of our devil, right? Like now he lives in hell, and he was an angel, and and he has the pitchfork and all this stuff, all this stuff from Dante's Inferno and Milton and all that stuff. Like that's what gives us all the juicy lore. And I mean, as much as I criticize, Marvel and things like that, it's like, oh, it's always changing in the origins, or which one's the real one? It's like that's how mythology comes about, right? Yeah. So yeah, Frankenstein's the name of the monster, I guess. Also, yeah. But yeah, right. And yeah, even back in Japan, those roof tiles are still a thing, right? You got the onigawara, right? The demon face tiles, right? Still produced by working tile makers, and still going up on buildings, right? Which is really cool. Yeah. So that's all my notes. Keenan, what do we think of the Japanese Oni?
Yeah, very interesting stuff. This we could do many episodes on. Yeah, it's fascinating. Just the imagery is so catching, right? It's whenever I peek into the faith traditions in Japan, which I'm not an expert on, it just really is so interesting to see how it ripples through a lot of the things I understand of their culture, and like answering a lot of questions, or like filling in a lot of blanks I have about like how their culture works, right?
How it worked, and how aspects of the culture are becoming modernized to kind of align with modern ideas and things.
Right.
But yeah, folks, this has been another episode of The Devil's Details. This was our intermission episode. Next week, we are going to be starting Mark Twain's next work, Letters from the Earth. So if you can get your hands on a copy, or if you can't, you can find the entirety of the text on themarktwainproject.org. And we're going to be looking at the first chapter of Letters from the Earth. But for now, I've been Lester Ryan Clark, and you can summon me on all the socials as Lester Ryan Clark.
And I've been Keenan Diaz, and you can invoke me on Letterboxd and Instagram as Howdy Keenan.
Yeah, find more of our shows and other really cool podcasts at truestory.fm, or feel free to drop us a message at bananaforscalemail, that's MAIL, @gmail.com. We also got our Facebook listener group, Banana for Scale. That's a community for all of our shows, including this one. It's a private group, but just request to join, and we'll let you into the Infernal family. If you want more, consider joining us at truestory.fm/join and look for Banana for Scale. That's us. You get bonus episodes of all our shows, access to our Discord, and you get your episodes a week early and ad-free. Pretty cool, just $5. Wouldst thou like to live deliciously? We're not even asking for your souls. Just give us a 5 pentagram rating on iTunes or Spotify, or wherever you listen to our show. That and sharing the show by word of mouth or on social media is going to help our little podcast grow and find more cool people like you. All right, folks, until next week, love and hisses. Mwah.